Okay, let's continue with our figure here. Um, as you can see, we've got the little sash made for his head, and let's go ahead over in this area where the sash is and just kind of put a little mark there, and we're going to separate the hair from the face. There we go. It's kind of a deep cut in there. There we go. There we are. And the same thing over here. Kind of a deep cut. There we go. Just like that. We'll come back just a little bit more with this. Just like that. Okay, looking good. All right, let's work on these legs a little bit. As I told you, we're going to make this a peg leg. Just a second. All right, I'm sorry, I had to get something here. Let's go ahead and separate our shoe and our leg here, pants leg here. This is a great little rough out. I'm going to tell you something that you can work with. Alan carries these. You can get them from him. And if I was you, I would get me a knife while I'm at it. I want to tell you something. This is a good knife. It is. And, you know, I learned a lot about knives, and you know, I pretty much stuck to one specific knife, and that is a great knife. The Ron Wells and now the Mike Shipley knife is a great knife. But there are other people that make knives, and what I try basically to do is to put you on good knives, okay? Because there are so many. If I find a good knife that somebody makes, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not just going to hide and say, oh, well, this guy's the only guy that makes a good knife. Alan making great knives doesn't mean that Mike Shipley's knives are bad, because they are great. I mean, I'll use them all the time. But I'm just saying, I like to, you know, because maybe Mike's isn't the kind that you wanted. The handle isn't. So everybody's different. Nobody's the same. And I'm just telling you, because I like to put people on good knives. I think a lot of beginners begin to become frustrated with wood carving because they get a hold of a bad knife, or they don't use a good knife. And what is a good knife to me? It's a knife that cuts good, and more than that, sharpens good. And this knife is the same way. All I have to do is strop it, and it just stays sharp. It really does. It stays just as sharp as can be. And that's what I consider a good knife. It's got good steel, in other words, in it. Of course, everybody can sit there and argue about what a good knife is all day long. But I'm going to tell somebody, if someone's making good knives, I'm going to tell them this man's making good knives, and you should pick up one and carve with it and see if you think it's what you want. Might be surprised. Okay, we're working on that shoe right there. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and bring down this this peg leg. I think I'm going to make it kind of real narrow down here in the bottom here. Now you don't have to make it real narrow. I am. Kind of come up here and kind of remove a little of that wood in there.